Hey everyone, Joe here. And I have something I want to do a review on that a lot of people have been claiming to have do a review on, but haven't really did one yet, at least as far as I can tell. And you guessed it, the Canon 50mm STM. Now this is the newest lens that just come out, so let's get in here to this review. Okay, welcome back everyone. I am very happy to do a review on this lens. I actually ran along all around Hong Kong for like 2 days in the rain hunting this lens down, and was very lucky to actually get my hands on it. Most of the stores had ordered them and they didn't get them, and one store I did find that did order some had actually ordered 10 but only got in 3, and I got one of those 3 copies that the store had in. And now I ended up paying a little bit more than MSRP for it, but it was still under $150, so I was very happy to get it, and for the price, being in such a short stock of them, it seems. Now here's the actual lens, in case anybody's wondering if actually I do have it. And I'll put pictures and everything up on the screen. This is the newer model that just came out. Now, a lot of people still have these on pre-order and have not got them yet, so I'm going to talk about it. First, I'm going to go over some of the build quality before I get into the optical quality of this lens. Now, first thing a lot of people have noticed, it does now have a metal or brass mount on the bottom. Very nice update. Okay. Second thing is Canon actually got a little pitch hood on here. This is a 49mm. So if you're looking to get any like filters and stuff for it, it's not 58 like the old 50mm had on there. This is a 49mm. So you might have some of these around if you have some of the STM lenses for the EOS M, and which I think is what this cap is probably off of. Now I did buy a little cheap $20 UV protector while I was there, only because the owner of the store was really pushy and I gave in. It seemed like a decent one. It's probably crap, but anyway, I got the thing. And anyway, the lens build quality does seem a little bit better overall. It looks nicer, feels nicer, but just pecking on it, it does sound a little more sturdier. So that's nice. The STM motor is fly-by-wire, so if you're trying to adjust the focus or anything on it, you cannot unless you actually press and hold the flash autofocus part of the flash, which is half press on your shutter. Then you can easily adjust it. What else do I think here? And I want to say this for anybody else ask: if you have an older camera like 600D, 650D, older ones that didn't come out with STM lenses, this lens, I have a T3i, works perfectly on my T3i. I have no problems whatsoever. It's just the STM really helps with follow focus features. And as far as quietness, it's very quiet and very fast. I didn't bother hooking up any kind of like a microphone, anything to this to record the audio. But guessing, being that I do try to get a lot of equipment that is very quiet, especially when it comes to computer fans and stuff, and working with a lot of audio and stuff, I feel this is probably around negative 20, 21 decibels in audible sound noise that the STM motor does put out when focusing. So, and that's if it's running in and out, the full length. So I'd like to point that out. So it is very, very quiet. I guess it's quiet enough that it can be legally called silent, even though it isn't silent if you're in a completely quiet room. Although you're likely to not notice it any other time if you're out in the public or run around town or an event or anything, you really will not hear this whatsoever. And it should be quiet enough that it should not pick up on any kind of camera microphone. Matter of fact, the only time I ever noticed it focusing is if you kind of feel it, it's got kind of a little quick vibrate to it. just that cause operating it's the way it's supposed to work. So it is very, very quiet. Now, okay, now I'll get that out of the way. I'll have to point out that this one now comes with it does come with it, but you can now actually get a real lens hood for this one. You know, the older one here that I got here never had a place for a lens hood. It was kind of like said that because it was recessed so far back, you really didn't need one. Although a lot of people would buy the screw-in filter type, then put these on. It was kind of gawky if you already put another filter on anyway. But this one says here on the box, and I'll put it on the screen too, ES-68 is the actual filter, and not filter, lens hood that actually goes on this. And so it does now have a lens hood that goes on it. Now the inside of here does come in and out, and I noticed from shooting photos and stuff with it, it does focus float. Now that's a kind of a downside to me because I don't like lenses that focus float. But really, at this price point, you really can't complain too much. And like I said, the build quality is improved. The focusing speed is fantastic. The focusing accuracy was also fantastic on this thing. It actually gets a little bit closer at this point. You can get almost to a foot from your subject. So not quite macro yet, or micro, however you want to call it. But the other one I think was just a little bit further away. Yeah, 1.5 feet. That is an improvement. It is an improvement. And up close quality, far off quality, you know, it seems pretty good too. Now let's get into the optical quality here. The optical quality to me seems dramatically improved. And so, you know, like I said, I have both these lenses and I have tested them. I really don't like this one too much, mostly because the chromatic aberrations, the chroma and stuff, and it just doesn't really hold up in in sunlight and stuff. This one, on the other hand, I don't know if they use the same lens exactly. That appears they use the same number of lens in groups. They did say on the box here that it does now have optical coatings on the lens. That may be, you know, adding to the improved optical quality, but this lens optical quality is nice. Very nice. This is probably the best performing lens under $150 on the market, hands down. It now has 7 blades in it. I'm not sure what the old one had in it. I think maybe 5. But its bokeh was horrible. The bokeh in this one has 7 blades in it. Now the blades are not rounded as you would want rounded to be, but they are very close to being rounded, and they're very well made. And like I said, 7 blades in it. And the bokeh looks very, very nice in here. They did a huge improvement on the blades. What else can I think about this thing? Focusing speed, you know, works really, really nice. I'll put a video up for that. Sun flare test, I'll put a video up on that. Also look very, very nice. Gives you 14-point sun stars. I also did video test. Now the video footage you see here is a little shaky, obviously because this lens does not have image stabilizer. However, keep in mind that as you can tell from the lens coatings, it does hold up in shooting into sunlight much, much better now. So I do recommend getting the lens hood because it's not perfect, but it does have a great showing. Okay, let me see if anything else I can think about this lens. Other than I tested it out on both my 70D and my 600D, and the lens performs perfect on each camera body. Overall, together, this is a great lens, and this is the new to get Nifty 50. This is probably like I said, the best lens you can get under $150. Now let's talk about sharpness. That's something I do need to cover. On this lens right here, it was sharp when you stopped down quite a bit. And that was one of the biggest complaints I had about it also. Other than it just didn't handle low light, not low light, shooting into light area, you know, just for all the chromatic aberration stuff on it. This lens, on the other hand, shooting at f1.8 in the center of the image is pretty sharp. It's not tack sharp, but it's a very good showing. You really cannot complain it whatsoever. The edges and stuff are a little soft. Now, to be fair, if anybody is shooting at f1.8, you probably don't give a rat's butt about the edges anyway, because you probably want them out of focus. Now, when you stop down to f2.8, the image gets a little bit brighter. Corners sharpen up quite a bit. Center of the image sharpens up just a little bit more. And by the time you stop down to f4 to f5.6, the entire image is unbelievably sharp. Now, I use a Sigma 18-35 art lens on my 70D, and it's about the best lens you can get for that camera at that zoom range. Now, this lens comes in very, very close. However, keep in mind the 18-35 art lens is about $700. This is only $125 MSRP off Canon USA, and you can probably get it still around $150 or less, you know, in Asia. Okay, everyone. So my conclusion is, you know, this lens is probably the best lens that you can get under $150. It's sharper, in my opinion, than the older one, and it comes in very, very, very close to my Sigma art lens as performance quality. Although, like I was saying, it is much, much cheaper because the Sigma art lens comes in about $700, with this one's only $150 or less, depending on where you get it. Now, like I said, in America, it's $125 MSRP. In Asia, depending on where you get it, you're looking to get less than $150. I think my actual price was around $145, but that was with tax included, so I was very happy to pay that. Like I said, this is the new Nifty 50 to get. Comes in highly, highly recommended, and it's a lens that I can look forward to using a lot more. So, hope everybody liked this review. If you do, hit the like button down the bottom. Most of all, if you haven't subscribed yet, you know, please take the time to subscribe. It's free. It's for you. It lets you know when I release more videos. And until next time, everyone, you know, thank you for watching.